Hey everyone, it's Wild Josh from Geek-Cetera. I recently did a video for Star Commander on Twitter about his Lord Momin theory, and I ended that video by telling you that I had a theory of my own that I was going to be releasing. Well, here it is. Sit back and relax. You're about to hear the rise of Skywalker, Rey and Palpatine theory.
We're going to talk about geeky things.
Woohoo!
There has been a lot of talk about Rey's past. Theories of Rey being a Skywalker, Solo, or Kenobi. And we know that Kylo tells her that her lineage is unimportant and that she was just a child of scavengers who sold her for drinking money. I don't believe any of those. I think that Rey is more important than we know. Here is my theory. Palpatine created Rey. Yeah, I know I'm not the first person to theorize about that, but hear me out. Through canon stories in novels, comic books, and video games, we have learned that Palpatine was able to create Anakin through his manipulation of the Force. We have also learned that he is very interested in Sith antiques and artifacts. And we know that he was behind laboratories where his minions were conducting experiments in secret, at least one of those being on the planet of Jakku. I believe that either through Force manipulation, like Anakin, or through one of his secret laboratories, Palpatine was able to create Rey as what he perceives as the perfect Force being. He then dumped her on Jakku to live a tough life until she is ready. Why? Because he wants to use her as a vessel for himself. How so? As mentioned earlier, Palpatine has studied ancient Sith artifacts. We know that at least twice he has had the Mask of Momin in his possession, which means he was able to communicate with the Sith Lord Momin himself. I think before Palpatine ever died, he learned how to at death enter into an object, similar to how Momin entered into his mask. So, Palpatine dies. He then enters into some object. Maybe it was an amulet or lightsaber, or maybe it was a ring, like the one worn by Snoke. Palpatine's end goal is to be able to take over Rey and control her as his new body. How does he achieve this? He gets her to come to the crash site of the second Death Star, the place where Palpatine's Force has been locked away. He tricks her into allowing himself in, whether it is by putting on a certain object or through some other means. And Palpatine now has full control of Rey. That lightsaber duel that we see taking place in the trailer between Kylo Ren and Rey, which appears to be happening at the crash site of the second Death Star, I believe is Kylo Ren trying to stop Palpatine in Rey's body. So, to sum it up, Palpatine learned how to extend his life by entering into an object at the time of his death. He either through manipulation of the Force or his secret laboratories created Rey as the perfect Force being. And lastly, he enters Rey and takes control of her, turning the union of them into the most powerful Sith to ever live. Well, what'd you think? I would like to point out that while I enjoy theorizing, I'm not saying that this theory is the way that the movie should be, and I'm not even saying that it will be this way. I'm just theorizing about what it could be, and I think that's what makes these videos fun. Would you like me to talk about a Star Wars theory that you have? If so, it's really easy. Just leave me a comment below. And we'd also love it if you'd like this video and subscribe to our channel. Hit that bell icon so that you never miss out on any of our future content. And lastly, if you love Star Wars like I do and the Geek-Cetera crew does, we would love it if you checked out our series, Star Wars Who's Who. We put a lot of work into that series, and that series releases new episodes every Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And we'd love it if you checked it out and shared it with the community as well. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.